Today on Public Eye News, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and NMU starts COVID surveillance testing.
Later in the show, I will be back with your weather and Scott Minshaw will have your sports for the day. I'm Joe Sigourney.
And I'm Scott Minshaw. Welcome to Public Eye News. As of this week, Northern Michigan University has begun surveillance testing its students and staff. NMU Medical Director Dr. Christopher Kirkpatrick said this testing method is being used to monitor anyone that may have the virus but is asymptomatic. The general NMU population is tested every other Monday at the Northern Center on campus. 35% of NMU student athletes are being tested in between those weeks. The athletes selected play intermediate to high-risk sports like basketball, hockey, wrestling, and volleyball. NMU staff member Kylie Bunning said, quote, "This was kind of a good opportunity to make sure that we're doing our part as staff members, faculty members, and obviously students as well." Governor Gretchen Whitmer has extended the Michigan state of emergency until October 27th. According to a press release received Tuesday evening, Executive Order 2020-186 will allow the state to continue to mobilize resources and take responsible and necessary steps to protect Michiganders and their families. The press release also emphasized that Michigan is moving in the right direction with COVID-19 cases, with cases plateauing below the national average. The positivity rate has remained steady since July, between 3 and 3.7%. Chief Medical Executive and MDHHS Chief Deputy for Health, Dr. Jonah Kalang said, quote, "The governor's swift actions have saved thousands of lives during this pandemic, and she must be able to continue taking swift action to save lives. As we approach the flu season, it is vitally important that Michiganders get their flu vaccine, wear a mask, and maintain physical distancing. We will get through this together," end quote.
The CDC recommends anyone 6 months and older to get a flu vaccine every year. And as COVID-19 cases increase in the UP, the Marquette County Health Department is encouraging everyone to get the flu vaccine this fall. Lisa Manhosky, a clinical coordinator for the Marquette County Health Department, says the flu strain changes each year and it's important to get a vaccine each fall. If you're still worried about leaving your house, the health department is offering a new alternative to getting your flu shot. The MarkTrans bus station is offering a drive-through clinic on Thursday, October 22nd, where flu shots are offered between noon and 6 p.m. A former priest in Farmington area has been charged with sexually assaulting a minor. 78-year-old Gary Bartholomew was arrested and charged with a count of second-degree criminal sexual conduct, a 15-year felony. He was arrested Tuesday in his home in Warrendale, Illinois. The victim, who was 14 at the time, reported the assault that took place in August of 1977 at the Rectory of Our Lady of Sorrows in Farmington, where the priest was the Archdiocese in Detroit. The priest was arrested in 1977 for the sexual assault of 2 other minors in Michigan.
October is a month known for raising breast cancer awareness. All over the country, there are fundraisers and awareness campaigns being run to raise awareness for breast cancer. Here in the UP, that's exactly what Jim LaJoy and his team at the Marquette Superior Health Foundation have been doing with the Upper Peninsula School Districts as a part of the Paint the Peninsula Pink initiative. For every October since 2014, the foundation has partnered with a different school district in a different county. This year's partner is in the Manistee area schools in Schoolcraft County, marking this as the 5th county painted pink. Some of the pink merchandise getting sold throughout this month include Halloween baskets, bracelets, and shirts, with most of the proceeds going to the foundation's Upper Peninsula Breast Health Fund. Occonagon County law enforcement say they found the person they were looking for after a reported assault Tuesday morning. Few details have been released, and the Occonagon County Sheriff's Office released the following statement Wednesday morning about the investigation. Quote, "The County Sheriff's Office, along with MSP troopers, MSP K-9 units, and MDNR officers conducted a manhunt for an individual being sought in conjunction with an alleged assault that occurred early in the morning on US Highway 45. The search was conducted in a wooded area of the county, but assistance from the public was not requested as this was a law enforcement matter. The individual was located in the early afternoon and was transported by Sonco EMS to AOH for medical evaluation, and the incident remains under investigation," end quote. After this break, we will have your national and international news.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. On this special edition of UTR, we've got a 4-pack of cool communities who, quite frankly, have it going on. We hit Sheboygan, Grayling, Allegan, and Adrian for a close encounter with a cool queen, a fishing story that's actually true, some happening headbands, and a historic spot for a spot of tea. This is an under the radar you just gotta see.
Thursday at 9:30, Friday at 5, and Saturday night at 10:30.
Welcome back. An Indian court on Wednesday acquitted all 32 people accused of crimes in a 1992 attack and demolition of the 16th century mosque that sparked Hindu-Muslim violence, leaving some 2,000 people dead. 4 senior leaders ruling Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party, or the BJP, were among the defendants in the trial that languished in India's sluggish legal system for almost 28 years. Last year, India's Supreme Court ruled in favor of building a Hindu temple on the disputed site. The Supreme Court also ruled that the demolition of the Babri Masjid was illegal and ordered that the separate trial in the mosque demolition case be completed expeditiously. A CBS News count estimates President Trump interrupted Joe Biden more than 70 times during last night's presidential debate. The two candidates sparred over several topics, including health care, the coronavirus, and race in what was a contentious and messy affair. CBS's Laura Podesta is in Cleveland with the details.
There was little order throughout much of the first presidential debate.
The question
Supreme
is,
Court Justice,
the
radical
question-
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right.
Gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the
unprecedented.
court.
We have
He's
ended-
not
no, no.
going to give a list.
President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden were asked about 6 topics. The first was the open Supreme Court seat.
We won the election. Elections have consequences.
Biden said President Trump's nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, will vote to dismantle the Affordable Care Act.
He won't ever look you in the eye and say that's what he wants to do. Take it away.
No, I want to give them
Number
better
3.
health care.
The two then clashed over the handling of the coronavirus pandemic.
The same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away.
He wants to shut down this country. And I want to keep it open.
At times, President Trump tried to focus on Biden's family.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah, you
Hunter
know,
got
Bo.
thrown. Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true.
A CBS News poll found 69% of viewers felt annoyed by the debate. 48% thought Biden won. 41% say the president did.
He just pours gasoline in the fire.
Late in the debate, President Trump was asked to disavow white supremacy, leading to perhaps the most controversial and buzzed about response of the evening.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
The next presidential debate is scheduled for October 15th. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Cleveland.
One of the hardest hit industries by the coronavirus pandemic has been the restaurant business. Since the beginning of the pandemic, restaurants across the country have been forced to close their doors and work in limited capacity, if not completely shut down. As restrictions ease, some restaurants have been allowed to open up for outdoor dining and even some indoor dining in limited capacity. Even with the outdoor seating, one New York City restaurant reported only making 65% of what they did before the pandemic. Still, that's better than May, when the same restaurant was doing only 30% of their usual business. As winter continues to grow closer and the temperature continues to drop, the possibilities of restaurants using outdoor seating becomes nearly impossible. Many restaurant owners are unsure how they are going to navigate through the next stage of this pandemic. A new surgical device inspired by a tiny insect and the new research on the importance of water. Elise Preston has some of today's top health stories.
Getting enough water every day may be especially key as you get older. Researchers in Canada found older men have more trouble regulating dehydration and body temperature during activities like exercise, which could pose a strain on the heart. For older women with breast cancer, surgery may be the best form of treatment. That's according to 2 new studies presented at a conference in Europe this week. They show women over the age of 80 generally tolerate surgery well and have a better chance of survival. And researchers in the Netherlands say they've developed a new surgical device to reduce trauma to patients during minimally invasive procedures. The tool is based on the flexible hollow needle wasps use to lay their eggs. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
After this break, we'll be back with your weather and sports.
It's a piece of parchment. Now, medieval books were not made by vegetarians.
Throughout the history of writing,
this is the first paper in the world.
Whoever controlled the technology
For 1,000 years, this was the only writing surface Europe had
the last word.
It's an information revolution.
How writing changed the world on Nova.
Tonight at 9 and tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Joe Sigourney, back with your weather update. As you can see, it is raining currently behind me, and it's been a little chilly. It's been kind of raining for the past couple of days, and it probably will rain tomorrow. As we move into our current conditions, right now it's raining with temperature of 52 degrees, winds southeast at 19 miles per hour, and the barometric pressure is 29.51 inches and rising. And tonight, it will probably be in the low of around 42 degrees with some rain showers here and there, winds north at 15 miles per hour. And moving into tomorrow, it'll be cloudy, a bit of chance of rain in the morning with a high of 45 degrees and winds north at 18 miles per hour. And looking around our current temperatures in the UP, starting in Sault Ste. Marie, 57 degrees, Manistee 53, Escanaba 58, and at Menominee 56 down there. And in Ironwood, it's 52, partly cloudy a little bit. Ironwood 50, Houghton 52, and back here in Marquette is 52 as well. Pretty much cloudy. You look everywhere around the UP. And looking ahead, Friday, unbelievably, a high of 44 and a chance of snow. With some mixed rain and a low of 35 degrees. On Saturday, it'll be a high of 47, a low of 38, and Sunday, a high of 49, low of 38, and some possible rain showers throughout the day. And that is all I have for weather, and we're going to go back to Scott with the sports.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. Jake Lucchini, a former Michigan Tech player, has signed a one-year contract with the Montreal Canadiens as of Monday. In March of last year, Lucchini signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins following his senior year with the Huskies and was traded to Montreal in February of this year. So far in 76 AHL games that Lucchini has played, he has scored 17 goals and 10 assists. The contract, which was announced by the general manager Mark Bervin, states Lucchini will earn $85,000 for AHL games and $700,000 for NHL games. The NFL may be seeing a rare Tuesday night game next week as COVID-19 concerns have postponed a game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. That was originally scheduled for Sunday. 3 Tennessee players and 5 team personnel have tested positive for coronavirus on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it was announced that the NFL would postpone until further testing was completed. It was determined that the team will not be able to practice till Saturday at the earliest. Both teams are currently undefeated at 3-0, and it is still to be determined whether the postponed game will occur Monday or Tuesday. Veteran goaltender for the New York Rangers, Henrik Lundqvist, is now an unrestricted free agent as the Rangers bought out his final year of his $59.5 million contract. This is the first time that Lundqvist has ever been an unrestricted free agent in his professional career. Lundqvist has had 15 seasons playing for the Rangers with 887 career games, 64 shutouts, and currently holds 50 franchise records. On Twitter, Lundqvist said, quote, "Representing this organization has been the biggest source of my pride and joy in my life. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, for the friendships, and for all the great memories created wearing the red, white, and blue. I will always cherish my time as a Ranger," end quote. Well, Joe, it's kind of crazy that we might see a little bit of snow this week.
It's possible. It said possibly mixed showers, so hopefully the snow won't stick around for long.
That seems like winter's coming a bit earlier this year. I'm not ready for snow yet. It's not even November.
Perhaps, but you know, we always get that snow shower in October, and that is all the time we have here on Public Eye News. I'm Joe Sigourney.
And I'm Scott Mitchell. Thank you for watching Public Eye News.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.